Chapter 9 Computer Malware Pre-processing. What malware can do, sources of malware, types of malware, antivirus software, what malware cannot do, indications of malware infection, preventing malware infections. Malware is a malicious software designed to gain access or damage a computer without the knowledge of the user. Malware can include viruses, worms, Trojan horses, rootkits, and other activities. Malware: viruses, worms, Trojan horses, rootkits, other malicious activities. What malware can do? Malware can harm your computer in many ways. Some of these are: it can slow down the speed of your computer. It can corrupt the program and data files stored in your computer. It can cause problems while connecting to a network. It allows hackers to access sensitive information stored on your computer. It can send junk or spam email and destroy or corrupt email messages from your email account. It can install other malware on your computer. What malware cannot do? Malware cannot perform the following tasks. It cannot harm read-only media such as CD-ROMs or DVD-ROMs. It cannot cause damage to the hardware of a computer system. It cannot cause a computer to stop functioning as it needs the computer system to cause further damage. Sources of malware. Computer viruses usually spread in one of three ways: from removable media such as CDs, DVDs, and pen drives, pirated software, downloads from unauthorized websites, and email attachments. Indications of malware infection. Some common warning signals that indicate a computer is infected by malware are: the computer becomes slow and programs take a lot of time to load. The hard disk does not allow you to save files even if there is enough space available. The files stored on the computer get deleted on their own. The computer stops responding or restarts frequently. The hard disk or other disk drives become inaccessible. The web browser opens a different page from the one you want to open. New files and folders keep appearing on the system, but you do not know where they came from. Types of malware. Malware has various forms and can infect a computer in different ways. Types of malware include viruses, worms, Trojan horses, rootkits, fileless malware, ransomware, botnets, adware, spyware, malvertising, phishing, and more. Let us know more about the various types of malware. Virus. A virus is a software that can replicate itself and cause harm to the operating system, other application software, or data files in a computer. It can spread from program to program and disk to disk, manipulating and damaging valuable data without the user's knowledge. A virus normally does not act on its own. Once the infected program is executed or the infected file is accessed, the virus gets activated and infects other programs and files in the computer system. The effect of a virus can be harmless, such as a display of pop-up messages, or it can be serious, such as destroying programs and data. Types of viruses. Computer viruses are of many types. The way of working and level of harm caused by each type of virus varies widely. Computer viruses can be classified as: boot sector virus. A boot sector virus infects boot record program on a hard disk responsible for loading the operating system into memory. When a pen drive or DVD infected with a boot virus is used in the system, the virus installs itself on the hard disk and replaces the original boot record. When the system is booted with an infected hard disk, the virus enters the memory and infects all files that are written to or read from the disk. Michelangelo, Disk Killer, Brain, and Stoned are examples of boot sector viruses. Program virus. A program virus infects programs installed on a computer. Program files usually have extensions such as .exe, .com, .sys, .bat, .dll, .bin, and .pif. When the infected program is executed, the virus becomes active in the memory, making copies of itself and infecting all files accessed by the infected program. Sunday, Cascade, Acid Rain, and Amoeba.a are some examples of program viruses. Macro virus. A macro is a set of instructions used to automate tasks that are performed more often, such as creating or deleting files or modifying the contents of existing files. A macro virus infects macros written for software such as Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Macro viruses infect documents that use the infected macros and overwrite or completely destroy the data in the documents. Melissa, Relax, Concept, and Nuclear are some examples of macroviruses. Multipartite virus. A multipartite virus infects a computer and spreads in multiple ways. It attacks both the boot sector and the program files. Ghostball, Tequila, and Invader are some examples of multipartite viruses. Polymorphic virus. A polymorphic virus is a virus designed to avoid detection by antivirus software. It changes its program code every time it replicates and infects a new file. Marburg, Turek, and Satin bug are some examples of polymorphic viruses. Stealth virus. A stealth virus is capable of hiding itself inside data files. It is able to deliberately avoid detection by antivirus software. Frodo, Joshi, and Whale are some examples of stealth viruses. Knowledge discovery. A rootkit is a malicious software designed to give unauthorized access to a computer. Rootkits can conceal their presence within an infected system. Hackers use rootkits to remotely access your computer, manipulate it, and steal data. Rootkits appear to be legitimate, but they make your computer lie to you, the antivirus, and the security software. Rootkits hide other malware within your device and make it harder to remove them. Worm. A worm is a malware that stays inside the memory of computer and replicates itself automatically to other computers through computer networks without any human interaction. Unlike a virus, a worm usually does not cause damage to programs or data in a computer, but consumes too much system memory or network bandwidth, causing servers and individual computers to stop responding. Morris, My Doom, and I Love You are some examples of computer worms. Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is a program that hides its destructive intentions by disguising itself as a game, useful application, or utility. It is usually distributed as email attachments with tempting names and descriptions that prompt a user to open them. It can delete files from a disk, send your personal information, such as passwords, or give remote access to your computer to cyber thieves and hackers. Beast, Dark Comet, and Zeus are some examples of Trojan horses. Knowledge discovery. The term Trojan is derived from the ancient Greek story of the wooden horse that was used to help Greek troops invade the city of Troy by stealth. Spyware. Spyware is a software designed to secretly monitor the activities of and gather data from a computer. It exists as an independent executable program and often collects confidential data such as passwords, PINs, credit card numbers, and email addresses, records keystrokes, and tracks browsing habits. It forwards the information to a third party without the consent or knowledge of the user. A spyware usually gets installed in a computer system as part of a useful software. Gator, Zango, or Cool Web Search are some examples of spyware. Adware. Adware, or advertising supported software, downloads or displays unwanted advertisements on your computer system. It automatically displays advertisements in order to generate revenue for its author. It can reduce the productivity and efficiency of a user. It tracks the browsing habits of a user and redirects search requests to certain advertising websites. DeskAd, BonziBuddy, and WeatherBug are some examples of adware. Apart from malicious software, certain activities are also considered as malware. Some of these activities are spam. Spam is unsolicited and unwanted email. It is usually sent by companies to advertise and sell their products and services. It may contain malware in the form of scripts, or other executable file attachments. Spam occupies the storage space in your inbox that is meant for important email. Phishing. Phishing is a fraudulent practice of sending email which appears to be from a genuine source in order to induce individuals to reveal their personal information such as passwords, credit card numbers, or other financial details. The email may contain links to other websites that are infected with malware. Fileless malware. Fileless malware is a type of malicious activity that uses native, legitimate tools built into a system to execute a cyber attack. Unlike traditional malware, fileless malware does not require an attacker to install any code on a target system, making it hard to detect. Ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malware that prevents or limits users from accessing their system either by locking the system screen or by locking the user's files until a ransom is paid. More modern ransomware families, collectively categorized as crypto ransomware, encrypt certain file types on infected systems and force users to pay the ransom through certain online payment methods to get a decryption key. Ransomware can be downloaded onto systems when unwitting users visit malicious or compromised websites. It can also arrive as a payload that is either dropped or downloaded by other malware. Some ransomware are delivered as attachments from spammed email, downloaded from malicious pages through malvertisements, or dropped by exploit kits onto vulnerable systems. Once executed in the system, ransomware can either lock the computer screen or, in the case of crypto ransomware, encrypt predetermined files. In the first scenario, a full screen image or notification is displayed on an infected system screen, which prevents a victim from using their system. This notification also details instructions on how a user can pay the ransom. In the second scenario, ransomware prevents access to potentially critical or valuable files like documents and spreadsheets. Malvertising. Malvertising, a portmanteau of malicious software, malware advertising, is the use of online advertising to spread malware. It typically involves injecting malicious or malware-laden advertisements into legitimate online advertising networks and web pages. Because advertising content can be inserted into high-profile and reputable websites, malvertising provides malefactors with an opportunity to push their attacks on web users who might not otherwise see the ads due to firewalls, more safety precautions, or the like. Malvertising is attractive to attackers because it can be easily spread across a large number of legitimate websites without directly compromising those websites. Botnet. A botnet is a logical collection of internet-connected devices such as computers, smartphones, or Internet of Things (IoT) devices whose security have been breached and control ceded to a third party. Each compromised device, known as a bot, is created, when a device is penetrated by software from a malware, malicious software distribution. The controller of a botnet is able to direct the activities of these compromised computers through communication channels formed by standards-based network protocols such as IRC and Hypertext Transfer Protocol (HTTP). Mobile malware. Mobile malware is malicious software specifically designed to target mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets with the goal of gaining access to private data. Although mobile malware is not currently as pervasive as malware that attacks traditional workstations, it's a growing threat because many companies now allow employees to access corporate networks using their personal devices, potentially bringing unknown threats into the environment. Wiper malware. A wiper is a type of malware with a single purpose: to erase user data beyond recovery. Wipers are used to destroy computer networks in public or private companies ranging from industrial to entertainment sectors. Threat actors also use wipers to cover up traces left after an intrusion, weakening their victims' ability to respond. Smishing. Smishing is a phishing cybersecurity attack carried out over mobile text messaging, also known as SMS phishing. As a variant of phishing, victims are deceived into giving sensitive information to a disguised attacker. SMS phishing can be assisted by malware or fraudulent websites. It occurs on many mobile text messaging platforms, including non-SMS channels like data-based mobile messaging apps. This form of attack has become increasingly popular due to the fact that people are more likely to trust a message that comes in through a messaging app on their phone than a message delivered via email. Vishing. Vishing is a cybercrime that uses the phone to steal personal and confidential information from victims. Often referred to as voice phishing, cybercriminals use savvy social engineering tactics to convince victims to act, giving up private information and access to bank accounts. Often, the caller will pretend to be calling from the government, tax department, police, or the victim's bank. Like phishing or smishing, vishing relies on convincing victims that they are doing the right thing by responding to the caller. Identity theft. Identity theft is the act of stealing a user's online identity, such as usernames and passwords, to pose as that person and send messages and emails from his online profile. Identity theft leads to social disrepute for a person and is intended as a malicious act. Data theft. Data theft is the unauthorized act of copying or transfer of private data belonging to an organization or an individual without their consent. Hacking. Hacking is an illegal activity that involves gaining unauthorized access to computers and network resources. The person engaged in hacking activities is referred to as a hacker. A hacker finds weakness in computer systems or networks and exploits them to damage or steal confidential or private information. Preventing malware infections. Here are some measures that you should follow to minimize the risk of malware infection on your computer system. Install an antivirus program and scan your computer regularly for malware. Update your antivirus software regularly. Use software from trusted sources only and scan it before installing. Always open email attachments after scanning them. Scan files downloaded from the internet, transferred through a network, or copied from removable media. Install a firewall program to filter incoming and outgoing messages on a network. Adjust the security settings in your browser to ensure maximum protection from malware. Never use pirated software. Take regular backups of your files on a separate media. Do not reveal personal or financial information on a network. Knowledge discovery. Firewall is a software device or computer that scans each incoming as well as outgoing message on a network and blocks those that do not meet the specified security criteria. Antivirus software. An antivirus software is a utility software designed to protect the computer from viruses and other malicious software. It scans the internal memory, hard disk, and external media attached to the computer to identify, isolate, and eliminate viruses. It also examines the incoming files for viruses as the computer receives them. Some popular antivirus software are Quick Heal Total Security, Norton Antivirus, McAfee Antivirus, and Avira Antivirus. Knowledge discovery. A virus signature is a continuous sequence of bytes that is common for a certain malware sample. That means it's contained within the malware or the infected file and not in unaffected files. A virus database contains the virus signatures of all known viruses and signatures and uses it to scan the computer system for malware. Virus definition. Virus definition is the database of viruses and other malware that an antivirus software uses to scan a computer. Since new viruses are developed and released from time to time, it is essential to update the virus definition at regular intervals. You should set your antivirus software to automatically download and update the virus definition when you connect to the internet. Mind fog. Make sure that you do not install 2 or more antivirus software in the same computer. Running more than one antivirus software affects the performance of the software as well as the computer. Database. Back in the 2000s, when sending email messages was still something of a novelty for many, a virus named I Love You was one of the earliest computer-based social engineering attacks. Victims received an email with the subject line, I love you, and the message, kindly check the attached love letter coming from me. Unfortunately, as soon as they opened the email, the virus stole the host's register key, accessed their contact list, and sent the same email to all their contacts. It spread to more than 45 million computers globally, causing damages upwards of $10 billion. The United Kingdom's House of Commons, the Ford Motor Company, and Microsoft had to take their email servers offline briefly to halt the spread of the virus. Post-processing. Malware is a malicious software designed to gain access or damage a computer without the knowledge of the user. Common sources of malware are infected removable media, pirated software, downloads from unauthorized websites, and email attachments. Types of viruses include boot sector virus, program virus, macrovirus, multipartite virus, polymorphic virus, and stealth virus. Spyware is a software designed to secretly monitor the activities and gather data from a computer. Ransomware is a type of malware that prevents or limits users from accessing their system either by locking the system screen or by locking the user's files until a ransom is paid. Mobile malware is malicious software specifically designed to target mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets with the goal of gaining access to private data. Smishing is a phishing cybersecurity attack carried out over mobile text messaging, also known as SMS phishing. Hacking is an unauthorized illegal activity to gain access to computers and network resources. Virus definition is the database of viruses and other malware that an antivirus software uses to scan a computer.